CBS Television presents a special report on Sputnik 1, the Soviet space satellite.
Good evening, I'm Brandon Davenport.
And I'm Peter Town. It's October 5th, currently 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time Zone.
Yesterday, October 4th, 1957 at 7:28, the Soviet satellite known as Sputnik was launched into space.
This satellite is 560 miles above Earth, moving at 18,000 miles per hour.
The satellite is a small metal ball measuring only at 22 inches in diameter and weighs 184 pounds.
When the rocket left, it left at a rate of 5 miles a second.
It's small but circles Earth once every hour and 35 minutes and passes Moscow twice a day.
The USSR claims that by doing this, it would open up interplanetary travel. Washington plans to launch a satellite next spring.
The USSR launching the satellite has changed the space race.
Many people speculate that the USSR actually launched this satellite to spy on the US.
The Soviets beat us in the space race, causing us to be fearful. Fear prompted all manner of actions deemed necessary to catch up to the Soviet Union. In space, as scientists now have already increased their workload and amount of time spent on this project. Reporting from Hayden Planetarium in New York, Richard C. Hartlett.
Doug, we're in the great dome of the Hayden Planetarium in New York, and I have with me Dr. Kenneth Franklin, an astronomer on the planetarium staff. Dr. Franklin, can you tell us where the Sputnik is now and how it's moving?
Right now it's north of Auckland, New Zealand, and moving southeast. It will be, in 10 minutes, about 1,500 miles north of Little America, and in about 24 minutes it will be over Santiago, Chile, and in about 50 minutes from now it will be over Spain.
Well, it looks as though it'll be missing the United States on this trip.
That's quite correct, it will.
But it does come over here periodically, doesn't it?
It comes over here at least twice a day and maybe more.
Getting back to this track, is it possible that it is transmitting a code, not just a beep signal for radio listening?
Yes, it's quite possible that it's transmitting a code, but we don't realize what the code is, of course.
At this time, we're not used to the success of a space launch. Most people are accustomed to the rockets blowing up during the launch, and even though it's not the Americans that have launched it, we are fearful, but also amazed that something has finally gone into space.
This is the first step beyond this planet.
The U.S. was also working on a satellite at the same time that was meant to tell the weather.
The U.S. satellite has been transmitting a beeping back to the USSR. The USSR was trying to turn themselves around.
Calling themselves the New Socialist Society.
The New Socialist Society just turned the boldest dreams of mankind into reality.
This will not be the last. We'll be seeing a space exploration as we are working on a satellite, and the Soviets are planning to launch a bigger and better version of Sputnik.
Just think about it. In 59 or so years, people will be saying it all started with Sputnik.
And for our next story, there's a strange invention that turns oranges into orange juice.